Hi, so in today's video, I'll be talking to you about witches, and I will be talking to you about the fact that not all your thoughts are yours. So, if you're into intuition, Akashic records, any of that stuff, um, then this video is for you. But first, I'll start with a little bit of a story, and that story is about spotting the fear. So, I already told you that at McDonald's, I was told that I was impolite by clients. So, here's the thing. The man came on drive-through to pay for his order. He told me he didn't like the way I looked at him, and once he saw a fear in me, he just really got excited. He put the leg on the gas and excitedly drew further, and then he filed a complaint on me. And the very same day, I had a lady approaching my window, and she took the receipt from me in a big something like that, in a very weird way, so to say. And and she told me directly that I was impolite when in fact that she was impolite. And the first time it happened, I just asked my colleague who stood next to me to discuss to the lady who just started to yell at me that I was impolite. But she was the one who raised the voice, and I just didn't do anything wrong. So my colleague talked to that lady in front of me. Um, yeah. And I had the same situation, well, very similar situation at in my flat with my flatmate Magda, who just took a bottle of shampoo, my bottle of shampoo, and once I confronted her, she just saw my fear and she got excited. She really smiled, and she didn't want to let me say anything. She would just open the door, say, and shut the door in front of me when I wanted to react. I was learning to react. Right. So it was supposed to be a video about our thoughts, which are not our thoughts. Um, but those situations with fear, those examples with fear are depicting typical occultism that just is wired by somebody else's fears. And therefore, no matter what, you have to work on being happy, doing something that you like, and being present in the moment. Yeah, so discovering that your thoughts are not yours. Well, the thing is, I was walking in McDonald's and thinking about, it's going to be about sex a lot today. So I've been thinking about licking, and this is the type of sex I do not like because my aunt kissed me between my legs when I was a little girl. I didn't like it because of that. And therefore, I was wondering, I met a man who employed me to give away flyers, and he was handsome. And then I kept on walking at work and thinking about him doing that thing. And I started to wonder, no, this is impossible because I don't like that thing. So how? I don't like licking. How can I imagine something like that? I started to question, like, how? And I was right. And then during that work, I had a lot of weird thoughts that were not mine. I would be thinking about my colleague's butt, charming butt of this and this person all the time, charming butt of this and this person. I would be staring at other women's butts, although I'm not bisexual and I don't sleep with women. So I would be having the image of vagina on my mental screen, probably on the left side it was. It was covered with something, so obviously it was the symbol of infection. and it basically worked with meat that I had to use gloves to get out that meat, because otherwise I would be infecting people. So if anything, they would always remind you and say, "You're going to infect someone. You're going to infect someone." And during that time, my nails got yellow, so I also went to the doctor to see if that wasn't fungus or something infectious. And yeah, this time too I had no money to pay for the doctor's visit, so the doctor helped me with it, and she took care of that. She told me she didn't take any money from poor people. um, and she wrote the opinion that my nails were okay. um, and speaking about the thoughts, so I had a thought about shooting on someone, and um, it was a recurring thought, and it would be on people that I actually liked and valued, so it wasn't a logical thought to have. So it was when I went to the bookshop in Krakow, somebody sent me a thought, but it was, a different size on the mental screen, and it was a different type of poo, and there was a different type of imagery, something that was outside of me, something that wasn't mine. Or they would send you the picture of dog's penis that would be on your left screen wherever you go, whatever you do. You have this dog's penis on left side of your mental screen. I didn't give you the context here about the dog, but it's in the book. And yeah, that's also why you should read the book. So I would be having all the time memories circulating about uh, sex, and about those memories that were actually shameful for me, or those memories that I have never shared with anyone. So, the sex in a hotel I had with the man that I decided, no, I don't want it anymore. And then I have a thought, oh, it's better to have sex rather than be raped, which is kind of weird yet again. And then I went to the bathroom and I didn't know where my shit landed, right? So, yeah, I leave the hotel room in the morning and I see a gypsy lady who runs the bar next door. And then the next memory that comes to mind is the memory of sleeping with the man who had no penis, and it's linked with the same woman from the next door. So when I thought the very first time about trying to have sex with the man with no penis, then I had goosebumps all over my body, and I felt cold, as if something wanted to tell me that I shouldn't even think what I thought. I shouldn't. Yeah. Or when I thought about the lady from the neighborhood whom I used to see in the past, then I felt, something pressing over here in this area around my neck. And I believe this is the work of covert hypnosis. With covert hypnosis, you can send other people thoughts. You can make other people do various things, and this is also the topic of my book. One of the topics of my book is how I was discovering the hypnosis, the work and of hypnosis on me. And as you can imagine, having two labels from psychiatrists, um, it is something that may make you look in a certain way, but people are becoming more and more aware of extrasensory perception, intuition, and Akashic records. So, yeah, when I was going to tell my mother about the infection, and when I was going to admit, after many years of not saying a word, that I hurt my family, and I took some help from them, and I never said that. And then on the way I saw a gypsy lady from the past peeing on our flat. Yeah. Which, for me at that time at McDonald's, I didn't get it all at once. It was all slowly coming back to me, and I didn't understand that you could, feel better just by admitting the truth or telling the truth. But if you start telling the truth, then your third eye and your intuition will start developing, opening up on its own. So for me, seeing someone peeing on our flat just didn't make any sense at that time. Although I was sensing that some information was coming. Um, yeah, so today's video is a very short video about thoughts. The very first thoughts that were not mine, the very first memories that came to mind when I was working, actually surrounded by witches. Um, yeah, and as they work with fear, and then there's going to be more about fear, and there's going to be more about various types of madness. And if that's something that interests you, then please drop me a line to get my free book at lkinga788@gmail.com. And if you're curious about my course for victims of sexual abuse, my course Amelia, if you want to learn more about manipulation, about mind control, about hypnosis, about constructing our personalities into those who have no boundaries, and into those who have no boundaries, and those who are submissive, and those who don't know how to say what has been done to them, then click the link below, and that's where you find my course. Okay, so if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you like this video, please share it with other people too. And talk to you soon. Bye bye.